Hello everybody, it's Jen Scrapbena Creations. I'm so excited to be participating in Jess and Laura's 3,000 subscriber video hop. So here is the card that I'm going to be making today. The hop is summer themed and I'm using this tiny little stamp called Cheers by Waffle Flower, which I purchased last year and never got around to using it. So I thought this would be the perfect time to create a card so that we could celebrate Jess from A Card Day's Work and Laura, whose YouTube channel is A Bit of My Crafts. 3,000 subscribers. So excited for them. Congratulations, you two. So while I color here, you can see I've left the marker caps to the left of the screen. So I want to have a white kitty for my card here today. So I'm just going to use some warm grays and just outline my kitty to make it look like it has some shading and some shadowing so it doesn't look dull in terms of trying to have a nice image for a white cat. While I color the rest, I'm just going to tell you a little bit about the hop. I won't go into much detail. I will leave everything in the description box below, including the links to Jess and Laura's channels. So the hop and giveaway will be open for a number of days. So you have until July 10th to comment on as many videos as you wish. The more you comment per video, the more chance you have to win one of the multiple prizes that will be chosen at random. The winners will be announced on July 15th on Jess and Laura's YouTube channels. So feel free to subscribe to those channels that might be new to you that you find along the way. It's a great way to support other crafters in our YouTube crafting community. And of course, likes and hitting the notification bell are also always welcome by us content creators here on YouTube. Okay, enough for a plug. Let's go ahead with the card here. So I chose some bright summer color combinations here. You saw there I used a brighter pink color combination. Now I'm moving on to an aqua color. And finally, I'm going to use a yellow combination here. For the most part, I'm just using a 3-color blend with my Copic markers here. Just some nice, easy, relaxing coloring to color up this adorable little kitty with its cocktail in its little swimming floaty. So I've almost got him colored up. I'm just going to add some grays here to our little kitty's sunglasses. I want to leave a highlight down the center of the glasses, so I'm adding the darkest colors to either end of each of the rims there. To finish off our image here, I'm going to add some white gel pen for some detailing, specifically around the glass to make it look shiny, as well as the sunglasses, and then on our little life preserver, or just our little floaty here, so that it looks shiny. I also went ahead and added some polka dots to the yellow part of the floaty just to give a little bit more interest to this tiny image. I'm going to go ahead and fussy cut out our little kitty cat here. Whenever I fussy cut, I just like to go ahead and cut as close as I can to the image so there's not a lot of excess paper. I am going to leave a white border, and I'm just going to move my paper around my scissors here until my entire image is cut out. So there's our kitty. Now we're going to work on the background. So I'm going to use some paper from the 6x6 Spring Fling Lawn Fawn paper pad. I'm also going to use the palm tree borders from Lawn Fawn, as well as the wave borders by MFT. So this was my first time using the new palm tree borders. So you can see here I'm just grabbing some cardstock from my stash. I've got some green for the top of our palm trees, and then I cut the palm trees out of some beige or sand color cardstock. Now I thought I could just cut the palm tree tops you saw there in the beginning and that they would fit onto the palm tree that had the bases of them, but they actually don't fit onto that. So you have to cut that same die twice if you want to add some colored cardstock to these die cuts. So cut it out once with whatever color you want your base of your palm tree to be, and then go ahead and cut it out of the second color. And then you'll see here I'm trimming off the palm tree. I believe they're called fronds if I'm not mistaken, but the leaves for the palm tree. So I'm just going to trim those up a little bit, and that's super easy to put together once you realize that that's the only way the tops of the palm trees are going to fit. So I'm just going to add this little panel here to a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 piece of yellow pattern paper. This I just picked up out of my stash. I have no idea where it came from, but this is really going to set the background scene and pulls in that yellow from the pool floaty that I added to our little kitty. So I am going to do an interactive card today, and I'm going to add a slider element here. This is the MFT wave sliders. So I'm just trying to figure out where I want the slider mechanism to go, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cut that out of my blue cardstock here where I've cut the wave die, making sure to keep that piece of cardstock that I cut out. And so now I'm just going to trim up the bottom here now that I know exactly where I want the piece of blue cardstock to be. I did go ahead and pop that up on some on some foam tape, and then I'm going to go ahead and use my liquid adhesive to add that die cut piece to the back of my card panel here. So I made sure to leave a lot of space around that slider mechanism so my little circles here could go back and forth. So I just cut out 2 circles using an infinity circle die, and then I'm going to go ahead and use the MFT slider elements to create my slider card here. So once I get this in place, I'm going to glue the top circle on. Now I do end up trimming this just a little, and I didn't have to. I should have actually kept it the full circle so it covered more of the little image that I'm going to adhere to that, but I thought that it was getting in the way of the slider mechanism, so I did trim that down. But if you're going to do this on a similar sized image, I would leave that as large as possible. It just gives the image a bit more stability. So you can see that's moving around a little bit just because my liquid adhesive hasn't dried yet. I'm going to go ahead, add my kitty here to the slider. I'm going to let that dry, and I'm going to work on my sentiment. So for my sentiment, I'm using the Lawn Fawn Smooth Sailing stamp set and stamping out when the waters get rough for my sentiment here on the outside. And I am going to go ahead and fishtail banner that. So I'm just going to do that really quickly with my scissors here. So cutting in the center, although I don't get it perfectly in the center, so it's a little off center, but that's okay. So I'm going to do that on the right hand side, and then I'm going to go ahead and quickly do that on the left hand side as well. Once I get this on to my card base, I will work on stamping the second part of the sentiment on the inside of the card. So here's where I'm going to stamp the sentiment on the inside, and it says, "I'm here for you." So I thought this was a sweet little card. Maybe if you had a friend who was feeling a little bit blue or had something going on in their lives, I think this little interactive card with the kitty with its cocktail would be fitting. So I'm just going to go ahead and use my bone folder and get a really good crease with that. And then I'm just going to finish this by adding some Morning Dew Drops by Nuvo on my little cocktail and the sunglasses. And there's the card for today. So thanks everybody for watching. The information for the next person in the hop will be linked below, as well as all the products I used in today's videos. Thanks for all your wonderful comments and for hanging out with me today, and I'll see you really soon in the next video. Take care. Bye.